Hi, this is Rick, and I want to welcome each of you today to the directcaster.com podcast, a podcast where we discuss building successful Roku and other platform streaming channels that really work for you and realize your dreams. And speaking of dreams, that's what we're talking about today. So, what we're going to talk about is a concept called from dream to screen. That's right, from dream, the dream of a successful channel, to the screen, to actually creating the channel and having it work in real life and what that takes. So, I wanted to go over some concepts today, concepts that I often go over with my clients as we consult them on their journey to build a successful channel. And I wanted to share those with you today and kind of give you a framework and an understanding of how that is. Now, we started out our company with a dream of creating these products and also running our own complete network of successful channels, which we have done at this point. So we are here to share with you now how we can help you create that channel and what are the actual secret steps in that. So we're going to get into today's content. We ask you if you like this content, that you do like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us when you like the content or you subscribe to the channel. So we really ask you to do that if you can. It lets us know we're on the right track and that we're actually helping people. So we're going to get started today, and we're going to talk about this concept. It's one of our latest posts on our blog at macmillanweb.com, which is our parent site of Directcaster. And what we're doing today is we're really trying to talk about you have a dream. You have the dream of the Roku channel. What does it take to get that to the screen to actually make that work? And so the first thing we're going to talk a little bit about today is understanding that ecosystem here. You're going to want to understand that Roku ecosystem. And that is that the Roku ecosystem is essentially a platform. It both recommends channels based on the topics that you're interested in, and that platform has an algorithm that drives growth. So let's pretend for a minute that all channel platforms are equal. And we have a specific order, and I'll go over that at some point in a later video, what that specific order is. But know this for right now. Usually the channel we suggest that people start with is Roku. Now there are exceptions. There are exceptions for the age of your target audience. Sometimes certain things work better for younger people and certain things work better for older people. So we do go over that when we get there. But we're going to talk today primarily about the ecosystem. Roku is an ecosystem that people buy the Roku devices. They get on a Roku device. It doesn't cost them anything a month to get on a Roku device. Then, based on their topics and their interests, Roku's algorithm suggests channels for them when they search. So if they search for fitness and lifestyle, or if they search for entrepreneurial channels, they will end up getting the channels that fit them. And so this powerful algorithm can really drive your sales. Now, this works to a degree in almost all app stores. Some app stores a little bit better than others. Basic thing you need to understand here is that Roku and Fire TV are the number one. They contend. They're basically contenders. They both kind of fight it out to be the number one channel, and they want to be the number one channel for dominance in there. But the important thing to know is that you want to be on those two titans if possible. But if you had to pick just one titan to be on, I would be on Roku. And that would just be my advice. So when you understand the Roku ecosystem, you have to understand millions and millions of users. And all those millions of users are searching for the channels that interest them. And that's the ecosystem that you want to be in. So you want to talk a little bit about this concept of channel development and optimization. So what you're really going to want to do in channel development and optimization is that you're going to want to pick your topic very carefully, and you're going to really want to stick to that topic. So this is another one of those important steps from dream to screen, because we see this a lot, and people think, "Oh, wow, I'm gonna have this channel, and it's gonna cover all these things that I'm interested in." Actually, if you do that, unfortunately, most of the time people will tune out. They're saying, "I don't understand what this channel is covering. This channel needs to cover a very, very narrow and specific topic, and I need to be able to really deep dive into that topic." Because if I just want to watch general things, there's lots of channels for me to choose from. So the number one important thing is when you're trying to optimize your content, that you narrow things down, that you choose a very small topic and you say, you know what, that's what I'm going to be really focused on. If your channel is about dancing, it needs to be a certain type of dancing, and that's what you need to focus on. So let's say your channel's on ballroom dancing. It needs to be about ballroom dancing. And it probably shouldn't venture off too much into other forms of dancing if it is only about ballroom dancing. So keep your topic of your channel narrow. Not so narrow that you don't get anyone interested in it, but you do want to keep your channel topic fairly narrow. So then you've got to go ahead and you've got to leverage your social media and your web presence. This is really, really important. And so on social media, you're going to want to remember that social media is the way to get that information out about that channel. And what you're going to want to think of here is, how when a river forms, it's not a river at the top of the mountain. At the top of the mountain, lots of little streams start forming. They start coming down, those little streams. And those streams trickle down and they create a mighty river. That's right. So I want you to think about all of your marketing efforts to build that successful channel. Each marketing effort, I want you to think of as a little stream that will eventually flow into a big river. So you may say, well, maybe I don't have as many people on Facebook as I want. That's fine. Facebook is only one. Or I don't have as many followers on Instagram as I want. Oh, that's only one. That's only one stream. You're going to take all your streams, all your tiny ways of feeding your business, and you're going to put that, and that is going to become a mighty river for you. So on the free promotion side, and I want to stress this, it is very important to get free promotion as much as possible. You're going to want to start leveraging that. So if you have Instagram, your Instagram posts will be about your new channel. If you have Facebook, your Facebook posts will be about your new channel. If you have Twitter, your Twitter posts will be about your new channel. All these little streams feeding into that river. So that's really important. Also your website, don't forget your website. Your website also needs to feed into the channel. Now we give you URLs, we give you ideas for channel pages that you can create. These channel pages would be like, hey, watch us now on our new channel, and here's all the ways to watch with all the links to watch you. So this is really important. Again, you're feeding people down. Now on your social media, it's important that you take each social media and you point that at your website, and that your website then points people to the channels. This is really a very, very good strategy. You can also mention your channels and mention how to get there in your social media, but make sure it always points back to a website. So all these little feeds, all these little social media feeds feed down, and they feed into your website. And then your website becomes the central point of communication for this to happen. So what we're talking today is we're talking about more of the mechanics, how the marketing works. Marketing works because it is an engine. It doesn't work because it is magic. It doesn't have some sort of dust. You're not really living in a world of magicians and things just poof appearing. No, this is mechanical work. And the mechanical work that we've talked about so far in today's video is the mechanical work of making sure that all of your social media now points to your website, and that your website points to promoting your channels. This is a very, very important concept. So what happens now? Well, you got to pay attention to your analytics. You've got to go into, and that's why we have this topic here of analytics and iteration. So, what you do is you go into your analytics and you say, how is this working for me? How is it working? Is it working well? Is it not working well? What might I need to do differently? So you got to do a deep dive into your analytics. Now, we often have a certain core thing that we look at with analytics, and we can help our clients, for instance, discover which ones are meaningful. But going through that analytics and then the process of iteration. Now, what iteration means is you go through those analytics all the time and you try to get better. So, for instance, you need to know what topics are most successful, what topics are not most successful. That's going to the analytics, seeing which of those topics is successful and which ones aren't. So you got to go back, you got to iterate, and the most important thing is, when I was really new, when I was a young man building this business, I ended up thinking that what was going to happen was that somehow I was going to introduce this brand new thing that nobody had ever thought of, and that was going to be the most spectacular thing in the world. But you know what I learned after a while? What I learned was people want things they know about. It's much easier to sell something to somebody when they know about that thing and they know what to expect from that thing than it is some brand new concept. A brand new concept, that takes a lot. You might have to put a ton just into awareness marketing about that concept before that concept could ever sell. So always be sure to pick something that there's a lot of interest in and people already know what that is and people know what to expect for your product. Then iterate it constantly, meaning go back over it and try to improve it. It's a constant improvement. Now, one thing I do want to mention as far as one of the other sources is your mailing list, and this is extremely important. Some mailing list companies, especially the popular ones, oh boy, they have really decided, frankly, to take advantage of people, and we don't like that. Just like a lot of streaming companies who are going to help you build your channel are really just there to milk you. They're there to milk you for the extra cost for this, the extra bandwidth costs, all of this. What we help our clients do is we help our clients put together something that is very, very affordable. We have certain vendors, we have certain resources that we use because one of the most important things, now this is really important, a lot of people kind of can fall prey to this. They think, well, to make money, you have to spend money. Everybody's heard that like a million times. To make money, you have to spend money. Well, the problem with that theory is it can lead you to spending too much money and not spending money wisely. And so there are specific things which we provide in our process, and especially in our marketing consulting process for channels, that we say, you know what, go here, go here, go here, and we give you a roadmap, and that roadmap is really important because you can spend a lot of money, but you've got to keep your costs down. Your business will never make money online if you're paying all your money to the vendors who are providing you your back-end channel service or the people that are providing you marketing and promotion. So the question becomes, well, how do you spend your money wisely? And that's what we really help with our customers. We help them understand how to spend their money wisely. But don't forget your email list. Your email list is very important. Your email list should be with a provider that does not charge you a fortune, and avoid all providers who charge you for every contact. This is a scam, all right? If the provider of your email service is charging you for every contact, then they're saying, we're going to charge you to store your contacts. Oh, this is a big mistake. And it's a big mistake we help a lot of our customers get around, because there certainly are companies that are very, very reliable that do not charge per contact, and they're a lot less scammy. You want to pay when you send a message to your contact. You don't want to pay for that contact just sitting in a database and someone going, a company back there going ka-ching, ka-ching, and, counting the dollar bills. That they made a lot of money from people that have more contacts. Basically, Your horse does not need to be hitched to that wagon. You're a horse, you're pulling, and they want to be the wagon and all the people riding in the wagon. No, you want to be the horse, and you want to be able to control how many people are in the wagon, how light the wagon is, how agile the wagon is, and how efficiently it works. You don't want to be pulling a heavy wagon. So this is really important. Networking collaboration is extremely important in this. You want to make sure that in your personal life, as you go out there in your business life and you connect with people, that you do network with the right people that will help you become stronger, and that you will collaborate. Now, in speaking of collaboration, this is one of the things I'd like to talk about a lot. And this is forms of advertising and marketing. So there are a couple of forms I do not find. So sometimes in certain cases, things like Google Ads can perform well. But in other cases, it's too much inundation over there. Too many people are on there. They're all vying for the same spot and position. You got to kind of do more inventive things to make yourself come out with a strong marketing presence. One of those things is to collaborate. So look for people in your industry that you can collaborate with. Collabs are always great, but also look for opportunities where you might be able to sponsor another content creator's content, a content creator with a lot of subscribers that get your message out, get your message about your product out there. So always look for that, a content creator that does something like you, and then try to find out how much would that cost, for instance. I've seen vast success with my customers on this, amazing success. They were able to actually get brand name content creators, and they were able to afford that. They were able to afford that price. So again, you're wanting to push your product out there. Sometimes a content creator is a great way to do that. So networking content creation. We talk about content calibration. That's just the process of continuously fine-tuning your content. I want to talk a little bit about monetization tactics. So we look at all kinds of tactics for people with monetization. We do say that there's pay-per-view offerings. I'll say this about pay-per-view right now, is that pay-per-view works for a very narrow subset of people. And usually people want value for their dollar. So if they're going to give you money, unless you have a specific movie title that they just are dying to stream or something like that, they're not going to want to pay you nickel and diming for content. What they're much more likely to do is to pay you for a subscription for a bunch of content, because they think they're getting a better value that way rather than you trying to sell them the content one by one. The other problem with selling content one by one, frankly, is that people really don't know what they want to buy many times. They're not so surgical that they can say, you know what, I want to buy exactly this because I know. They need an educational package. They need a process. They need to know all the things about what you're offering. They need to see an overview. They are not so interested. They don't know themselves exactly surgically the piece of content that they need, or surgically the content that they want to watch. So I'm always very careful when people say, oh, I'm going to go and make a pay-per-views channel. There are cases for pay-per-view, but it is fairly narrow. You want to create strategic partnerships and distribution. Again, this is looking for like businesses and trying to connect with them. A lot of this can be done online. It can be done through messaging. And don't forget the importance of this. You also have to keep abreast of the technology and the trends, making sure that you're always adjusting your channel product to the latest technology and the latest trends. So really, you're going to have to harness this machine, and it is a machine. And promoting your product is a machine. It's a mechanical process. It's not going to happen with good intentions and happy thoughts. It's going to happen with mechanical processes that are put in place. And so let's just go over those a social media strategy, a constant communication of your product on social media. Number two, all pointing to your website. And the website is a focal point, and that gets everybody to a central location where they can go to get access to your information. Now, I will say that, if you feel that social media is a better outlet for it, by all means use it. Do both, but I would never avoid having the website. That's your central hub of your communication. Collaboration with other creators that are in your same area, trying to not only do collabs with them online, but also inquire about how much would it be to sponsor an episode or to become a sponsor of one of your episodes. These things I think are really, really important and important factors in getting your channel there. Also look for opportunities to distribute your product. It's very good. These things can be distributed. And look for those players, even in the physical world. Look for companies and businesses, as well as the digital world, influencers and such. Look for those companies and businesses to collaborate and to network with, possibly even turning some of those companies into customers. So this is really important. So if you follow these mechanical steps, promotion through social media, promotion through newsletter lists, promotion through collabs, and paid sponsorships on certain other channels, promotion through distributorship partners and agreements. These are really the building blocks that you will need. You put this framework into place, you put your channel out there, and then you get exactly what you're looking for, where your dreams of a successful channel translate to the screen of having a successful channel. So I hope all of you have enjoyed this today. Just remember, marketing is a mechanical process. Yes, it's fun. Oh, and one note of caution. I've been in business now. It will be coming up on, I think, about it's a number of years. It's it's soon going to be 30 years. And what I see over and over again is people say, "Oh, if I only had flashier marketing materials, if I only had a better website." If I only. And you know what I've seen? I've seen customers that do not have flashy websites, that do not have the best marketing materials. But you know what they have? They have a great marketing machine set up. And I've seen that machine be 10 times as successful. That marketing system of how they communicate with their customers, what they do, how they handle customer service, how they handle sales. All of that means everything. And you're actually striving for the perfect graphic or the perfect feature set, or these things actually will not get you to the goal. What will get you to the goal is paying attention to the more mechanical aspects of the marketing. Make sure that's a well-oiled machine. Make sure it works. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is also it requires creative ways to work with the customer to get the customer down to the pathway that you want. One of the things that we offer that's a little bit unique is that we offer a service where you can put ads in your channels, and we do have that option. Mostly you start out creating your own ads, making your own deals with customers, but then you actually get your viewers to pay to remove the ads. This is what I'm talking about, strategy. You're going to lead them down a funnel where you want them to be. You can watch here, but you got to watch all the ads. But if you don't want to watch the ads, you can go in, narrow them down to the funnel to become a subscriber. This is strategy. So you have to have good marketing as a mechanical process and good marketing strategy. Thank you so much for watching today. Please contact us if you're interested in building a channel. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Take care.